post a few days ago,
Yeah.
which I was like, preach, preach, because I felt like it's not. I mean, it's been spoken about, but not enough. And it's, I think, also to have that mental clarity, of that mental health in there, um, for a lot of people, because you just we don't know how other people are handling the situation.
Yeah.
So you spoke about the importance of keeping a creative mind in these days, these hard times of the quarantine. Uh, keeping that mind going in this whole thing, and it's true because before all this, I was trying to figure out what exactly I was going to do for my show, because the whole thing happened with the whole for YouTube, without with toy collectors and those those YouTubers that talk about figures and everything, like myself. And I'm like, I don't. You take away my figure stuff. That's my thing. That's what I like to do. I like to do. So now I got to think of something else. And oh yeah, this quarantine sucks. I hate it,
It
honestly.
does.
And but my whole thing was like, okay, I have to get people to come over once I get my room done. Uh, Once I get this room done, I could get people to come over to so I could do interviews and do chats like we're doing now, but in person. Um, but I was like, still got to get this room done. I got to get this room. So when this whole thing happened, it made my mind work more with this room. And I was at work because I can't go to the gym and get my mind across and do my thoughts and stuff. It was like, okay, I could just zone out, putting things together here, and my mind's just going. And so as it keeps going, what up, Geek Squire? We got Geek Squire in the house. Brian up in here. Uh, so as my mind is going, I'm thinking of, okay, so my room's about to be done, but I can't get my guests over here like how I planned. And I've thought about it. And I saw the people doing IG Live, and I'm like, huh, I could maybe use that as a platform to elevate the situation, or like and bring out fun stuff for people to look at. Not just for myself. It's just other people to get a mindscape from what's really going on. And if
Yeah.
I can help it any type of way, I'm doing my job. Uh, and also and so when it started from just doing a couple of things here, with WrestleMania stuff and everything. But then when I started thinking of Power Chat, of talking to cosplayers, people in the cosplay world, just like yourself, photographers, because people forget, in order to have a really good cosplay to look really good, you need to have a good photographer. You need to have a good photographer. That's a vital, vital, vital role in the whole thing if you really want to take it to a next level. It plays a huge part because what I forgot to say before earlier is that when we did the Bray Wyatt stuff, the Bray Wyatt is still my favorites, and I still love it. Even as a cosplay, I still want to put it out at a con, but was able to get that out there, especially before I cut my hair. Also, um, to do that before when we did, people really thought it was the real Bray Wyatt photo. They thought it was like actually him at times, and I got that when I put whatever group chat group Facebook page I put it on. People either thought, "Oh, this is a really good look. This is a really good cosplay," or is that really him? Is that the picture of him for real? Like, if you didn't know who Bray Wyatt was, and you look it up on Google, you might see my picture thinking, "Oh, that's Bray Wyatt." So, and it wasn't. And it was a testament to how good you work, how good we work together to bring
True.
the ideas out. Because it was far different from anything I've done before. Because I had to get to that dark place that we don't like to go to be in this mind state that is the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And it's still one of my favorite cosplay because one is so easy to do, it's so lightweight. But it just brings out a certain side. It feels like how people bring out that when people do a Deadpool and they bring that side out of being annoying and stuff that they would never do any other time. but because they're Deadpool, they can bring that side out.
Yeah.
And I found myself getting my body twisted in certain ways, like he would do or whatever, just to do shots of just to feel that, get that feeling, you know. And we did that together. So I really appreciate that because that's one of those, like, being creative. So during this whole thing, I wanted to do this show to get that creative spot out. How can I do it in IG Live? Okay, how do I want to center it around? You know, not just everybody. That's just like everybody else is doing that. Talking to friends and family. That, you know, no. Let's talk about people I know are really doing stuff in their own world. You know, that's doing something positive. That, and also people that I know from just what I do personally with cosplay and just like, okay, they're this and that. Or they could be a police officer that I know. I don't care. As long as you're doing something positive with yourself, you know, and you're doing something that's just out of your own, you know, that you're doing, you got your own thing, but you're also doing this over here, you know. And I feel you do that, you know, you do that for a lot of people too. But keeping that creative mind going in this whole thing is very important. And you touched on that. And, you know, you know, I was already thinking of ideas for another show that I'm about to do that I will talk to you about after this.
Okay.
But it sparked, like, okay, I think I'm really going to I think I'm going to do this for real. I was thinking about it. I was hesitant. But listening to that, I was like, you know what? He's right. I could do more. You know, I could put more, something out there, even more. What else can I touch? How else can I touch the people in a positive spin, in a positive way? And I'm like, listen to you, you know, you speak it. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to do that. Yes, he's preaching. He came at the right time. It's like going to church and the pastor saying the right thing at the right time on the right day. And you like, yes, that's right. That's right. I was thinking it. You said it. I'm going to do it. That's what it is. I was thinking it. You said it. And now I'm going to do it. So, and that's how we got right now, coming soon. Dude, remember that. No, sorry. Dude, remember this. This is the new show that's about to happen in about a week or two that that you guys will see in a few. But it was, you know, smart to really put the pen to the pad, so to speak, because you said it and I was already thinking it. So it's all your fault, you know. It's all your fault. So yeah, but like I want you to, like, if you could touch base on keeping, because you said it so eloquently, and like how important is it to keep a creative mind, you know, in this day and age right now that we're living in, you know, just to keep the positivity going.
Okay. All right. So what he's talking about, so on my photography page, every once in a while I'll do this thing called Rant with the Champ.
Yep.
Rant with the Champ is just me just ranting about things.
Show. Make it actually a real thing.
I should. I should stop being lazy and do it. But it's a thing where I just talk about like a variety of subjects. And one of the subjects I talked about was quarantine creative. And I said, in this day and time, a lot of people feel like they can't do anything because they don't have the time to do anything. They just lack that time. So I'm like, okay, you are locked down now. You ain't got nothing. Some of you have nothing to do with your day. This is the perfect time to catch up on reading, binge watching, strengthen a skill, learn a new skill, come out of here with something different to better yourself. And now, when I say that, you know, some people are like, well, you know, does that mean if I'm not doing this stuff, I'm not being creative and I'm not leaving with something? I was like, no. What it means is you have to redefine how you look at being creative and do something. I'll give you an example. As a photographer, when this lockdown started happening, there are two major things I did. I did virtual shoots. Never done a virtual shoot before. It was my first time doing a virtual shoot.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like a big perfectionist, so I like, if I'm doing a virtual shoot, I really want to know how to do it. And I've done a few of them. One of my recent set of posts were from a virtual shoot. And virtual shoots were fun because it makes me, in my mind, have to think about different ways of doing a shoot. Because I can't pose a model. I can say it, but I can't show her. I can't adjust the camera. So I have to do everything verbally and be in more detail, which in turn will make me a better photographer because I'll better be able to tell a model what to do when I need them to do it. Two, a lot of my model friends do selfies and self pictures like that,
Right.
and they want them to be edited. So a lot of models were sending me pictures or videos to edit, which allowed me to strengthen my video and editing skills. I started helping girls out who have like their OnlyFans, their Patreons, and stuff like that. So I started learning branding and marketing and stuff like that. Any little thing that you do is leaving this with something. If you go, all I did was catch up on housework, you just left with something because now your house is where it needs to be. If you go, all I did was sit there and talk to family. Well, guess what you just did? You just strengthened the bond with your family. So you just did something. If you go, all I did was like practice new recipes. You learn new recipes. You're learning a new cooking skill. We as a people, we get so hooked in on like these big accomplishments and these big things that we forget, like in times like these, those little battles. Yeah. Those little things. Like I haven't recorded music in such a long time. And with all this free time I got, I made a beat. I recorded one thing. I started doing this new thing called Jack Weekly, where I record a song every week and release it, which is not that big in the grand scheme of things, but it helps me be creative. It helps me get back to it. All the little things that you're doing that doesn't seem big, those are you leaving this quarantine with something. And a lot of people, because of self-doubt and low self-worth, they forget about that stuff. Like you're doing a show where you're talking to people.
Right.
And you're presenting that to the masses. No matter who comes in and watches, who doesn't come in to watch. You are doing something that kind of facilitates that social communication that people need. Even if it's just you and me talking, no one else is watching, this is something different. We're strengthening our bond in something new. You're now creating a new show. So you're doing something new. A lot of people, they get hooked up on the big things and forget the small things. And that's what I want to tell people when I did my quarantine creative. It's the small things, small accomplishments. You balance your checkbook, you figured out a new way to budget. That's something new. You left with something new. Now, when the quarantine's over, since you've been without and you know how to survive, that means you can make, when you get money, stretch a little better. And so that was the basis of that talk, because I feel like it needed to be said, because it's so easy, especially now, to get caught up in how bad things are and to feel like you're not doing anything, when in actuality you are. It's just not big tosses of boulders into the waters, little pebbles. But guess what? Little pebbles make ripples just like boulders do. Never forget that.
Yeah. You speaking, preach, church, preach, all that, sir. Pastor, yes, pastor. It's crazy because you can get wrapped up. It's so easy to get wrapped up in the paranoia of everything. Just cause I swear, like, I mean, I started to work in this, like, being essential, it has its ups and downs, but yet you're still worried about a lot of things. Yeah. So the thing that keeps me from not going crazy, I was building everything up in here. Like, once that stopped for a second, I have to think of something. What else can I do? And I try not to pay attention to the news. That's one thing. Because we all know propaganda happens on a lot of times. And, whatever the hottest new news out, bad or good, especially right now, no matter if it's the real information or not, it's still going to be put out. And somebody's going to believe it. And then somebody's going to talk to so-and-so. And then by the time it gets to you in person, that story done changed over. And now you're more paranoid because you found out from somebody who heard from that person, heard from that, and heard it from the news, but it wasn't the right information. And it's easy for that to happen. I hear it on a regular basis at work, with passengers getting on the bus and whatever. So, for me to have to mindset like, okay, so let me get out of here. Tomorrow's good. I'm going to be talking to Jack Nichols. I'll be talking to Daniel on here. That's something I'm looking forward to. And it also strengthens, like you said, strengthens the bond. And like doing something like this, it also gets you to talk to people that you haven't gotten the chance to talk to on a way that you wanted to. And since, especially with cosplay, there's so many different people I like on doing that in the cosplay world that I would most likely have to meet at the convention, or probably won't see them to a convention. Uh, but since those times are taken out, because everything's been delayed or just moved to the following year, not only is I have to look at it a certain way, like, okay, it sucks, but it gives me more time to work on other things, which I'm currently doing, is working on other stuff, which you will find out because I'm going to have to take those pictures with you. And then everyone will see. But, but also give me stuff like talking to certain cosplayers that I love what they do, that I will be interviewing on this show on Power Chat to see, and not knowing how far they really are. Not, oh, you're all the way over that way, or you're overseas. I didn't know that. Finding out little things before I even get them on the interview. Like, oh wow, that even makes me admire that person. What they do. Um, uh, I got my boy, like, tomorrow. I have Lady J Cosplay coming on, and then she's really dope. I met her at a convention, but I've been seeing what she's been doing. And even during this quarantine, she's been keeping that mind going, keeping it fresh, keeping it going, and still doing some positive things out of this whole thing. I also have McThor. I'm doing McThor tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
we see some of the live thing. Even made it to like a Marvel movie as a wasn't much, but for me, if you know who this character is, who this guy is, and you're like, he's in a Marvel movie? Like, how did he? And it was really like a quick thing. It was quick, but you saw it and you know this thing is like, wow. And it's just a testament to how far cosplay could take you.
True.
Especially if you really do a good one that's creative wise, that really holds, a certain place. It really works. So it just, I want to talk to people like this. And instead of looking for a platform or where can I do or find it, I just made one. I had to figure it out. I made it. And now we're talking right now with this. And I mean, you spoke on it the other day, and it was just like you said earlier, and just keeping that mind going, keeping it sharp, because it's so easy to fall through the crack and
It is.
and have that cabin fever, get that cabin fever going easily. It's so easy getting that cabin fever. Uh, it was it said, "Yo, Victoria's dope. I tried to with him years ago." Yeah, he really is. He really is. He's a really nice guy. Um, but the cabin fever is real. It really
It
is.
is.
It really is.
Totally is.
It's a real. Even though even if you're going from your house to work to the grocery store, that monotonous situation, it is not going to change. Even if you're following the rules, rule by rule, you're still going to fall into that quarantine, cabin fever, easily, because there's no way to let out that other side of yourself, whatever. If you usually get it with hanging with friends and family, or going to the store, like going to the movies or going shopping or whatever. So I have to use that and put this into something else, Um, right now it's like, part of it, I already gave up on shaving right now. I gave up. I'm not following. I ain't gonna do any of that. I don't care no more. But let me get my mind growing. I don't care about the facial hair. Let me just get the mind, maturing and growing as this whole thing going. But it's a testament to what you said. I thank you, sir. You helped me get out these new ideas and stuff, and keeping that thing going. And I even learned, and in fact, I even knew what a wrench was. I found out what a wrench was during this whole thing, which to help me, replace my bike seat. I didn't know which one was it. I didn't know, and I found out. It
The
made me
little
feel more
things. It's
right.
always the little things. It's always the little
The
things, my
little
friend.
things. It's the little things. Now I gotta give me a whole I want a whole toolkit now. Just to learn new things. Like, what else can I fix?
You're gonna be Dom the Tool Man Taylor. For those who don't know that reference, for those who don't know that reference, you are missing out. You are missing out indeed.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's definitely is it's definitely a good thing to keep that mind going during this time, and
Yep.
uh, it's so easy to fall through the cracks. And I say that to everybody: just kind of keep your mind going. Whatever you're doing, if you're not a good artist, draw, color in a coloring book. You know, it doesn't
Something.
even matter. Do something. It's something positive with yourself that you like. You know what? I finally colored within the lines today. It took me all these years, but I finally did it because I ain't had time to do anything else. So I might as well learn to color within the lines. And
That's
I
gonna be
learned
my
it.
that's gonna be my new Facebook status. I finally learned to color in the lines, and I
Yeah,
achieved
you
this
know,
next level of life.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. For so many years I was always coloring outside, but I finally got it. I finally got it. You know, you know.
You should get
Uh,
some shirts that say that.
have you even though like you find out certain things like, oh, I was this old when I found this out,
Yes.
or you're learning new things. Like, I didn't know there was a such thing as a wafin, which is a whale and a dolphin, and it's like I didn't know that they sometimes mate it and they actually have a offspring called a wafin. Didn't know
Let me
that was
let
a
me
thing.
find out. You about to start telling me about narwhals and everything like that. Look, he's like a narwhal.
Dude,
I'm not even gonna do that
it's
to you. I'm
it's
not even
a
gonna do that to you. I'm not even gonna do that to you.
it's amazing what you find out when your mind is still learning new things. When you're in that creative space, and you're like, what else is out there? What else don't I know about?
It's
So
very simple for us to like when we get caught up with regular life and we have so many distractions.
oh, bring it up.
Like
You got it.
take
Bring it
everything
up, boy.
in. You go, oh, so that's why that happens. Oh, that's why that happens.
Yeah, I can't hear it because you broke up. It's kind of froze for a second. You gotta say. Can you
Oh
say
yeah,
that
because I
again?
kind of went too far away from my. I went
The
too far away from
Wi-Fi.
my signal to dump something. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying sometimes when you have like a lot of stuff going on, you forget all the little details. And in times like these, where there's nothing going on, you start noticing all the little details that's been there every day, but you just never really gave it credit because you were like, I got something else to do. But now you're just like, you know,
yeah,
I need to clean this better because this don't look as clean as I thought it was when I had to rush to work because I only had 2 hours to eat and sleep and take a nap.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Um. So yeah, man. You know, I just want to, get you on here. That was the main thing after, color within the lines. That's what to be the theme or something. Yeah. Color within the lines with Daniel Warren. Uh,
That's gonna be the new show.
yeah. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for hopping on here. You know, I really appreciate it. I know how to get you here. I want to make this platform talk to people I already know and people I don't know all that well. And just people I admire that are doing something. That are really doing something. So I mean, you fit the bill. You fit the bill.
Right person on your show, you should be interviewing yourself. That's what you should be doing.
I interview myself on a regular. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. What are we doing today? I don't know. Like, it's over. It's over. It's done deal. Yeah. He's boring. He's a boring guy. Very boring. He's a boring guy. You know. But like I said, but thank you so much, man, for
Not
doing
a
this.
problem. Not a problem.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree with everything you said. And admire everything you're doing and what you're about to do later on. And the stuff we about to do.
You're about to blow it up.
Now this thing, it's gonna be some fun stuff because my mind's still going. Still, I got one outfit.
That's how I gotta go.
I'm
Listen,
working on these cosplays, man. I'm working, boy. I'm working. So, I'm looking forward to that. Soon they give us the go ahead when everything good is really good. I'm looking forward to this. To being able to work with you again with that. But just
people, don't forget
yeah, I was just about to say. Yeah,
www.onlyfans.com/Conda
I can't.
if you're looking to see that premium content
I
from
can't.
Mr. Parker over there. I don't want you guys to forget it. Go support him. Give him those subs and those likes and those retweets. And trust me,
Jasmine, what's up?
listen,
Oh my
spandex and
God.
speedos and stuff like that. Y'all don't get it. He's like the new age Fabio. Okay, you might find him on the cover
I
of your
can't.
next romance model.
Oh my
Be
God.
careful. Okay, I'm
He bring it
trying to
back
teach
to
y'all some
this.
stuff.
He bring it back. Oh my God. Um, where, where, besides my OnlyFans, somebody will really watch this and really think that I really have OnlyFans. Because and Martin, you have to talk about that. Not my little cousin on here. My little baby cousin. What's up, Francis? How you doing, baby? Love you, love you.
You'll be like,
I really don't have an
that's all them
OnlyFans,
toys.
Francis. I really don't. I don't. So don't say I don't. But now he keeps saying he bringing it up. I might have to think about it because people are making good money off it, I guess.
Listen, Big Brothers are in this year. Big Brothers are in this year. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God, OnlyFans. You know what? Hey, if things happen certain ways, I might have to. I guess. I might say, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Tell it. See, look, she was like, I'm telling. You love me too. Oh my God. Where can the people find you, sir? Like, where can they find you at?
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at Honjaphotography, Honja. You can find me at Honjaphotography on Facebook. You can find me at Honjaphotography on Twitter. And
Yep.
then I am Honjaphotography.com to find my website. So I'm pretty much all there. You can see me shooting on any of Mr. Parker's platforms. You won't find me on www.onlyfans.com/chocolate anaconda. I haven't reached the photography status yet to capture the madness that is Mr. Parker, but I'm working my way in my photography skills to really capture the beauty and the masterpiece that is chocolate anaconda. I'm gonna get like the telescope lens so I can stay far back and get the whole girthiness of the situation. So you're gonna be like, I've never had you back on the show. Like, you are never coming back.
I'm never coming back with this. This is too much.
Like,
I swear, if I get a DM from somebody, so what's up with that? OnlyFans though, like if I hear somebody,
listen,
and somebody's like, so what's the OnlyFans URL? Okay, how do I subscribe? If I get that, it's your fault.
listen, I'm just saying,
I swear, you know what? And I swear, I might have to get the people what they want if I get enough DMs asking about it. I was like, God dang it, I gotta do something now.
listen.
Oh my God. The beginnings of an OnlyFans account.
This is how it starts, people.
Oh, that's too funny. What do you have anything coming up though? Any things we should be looking out for?
No, you know what? This is I'm taking it kind of smooth this time around. Nothing big in the plans just yet. Because right now I'm just I'm enjoying having the free time to like do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
Not be like tied down to like trying to finish a project here. I'm giving myself little goals like the Jack Weekly. You guys can check that out on Jack Nichols on Facebook. And I'm going to be just repeatedly just dropping some stuff. But other than that, I'm going to have fun and do things at my leisure. Not put no pressure on myself and just create and have fun.
Right. It's such a thing, like, before we go, like, to look at time right now, like, you're so used to, like, having a set time. Oh, I got to go to this. I got to go, like you said before. And now to, like, be able to sit back and chill out. And it's something that here up north that we really don't look at or we take for granted that the South do so well. When you go down south, you always like, dang, why do I feel like everything slowed down? Like the day is longer. It's the same time frame, same 24 hours, but it's just a lot longer. But you would take it a lot easier, like people. the time is more embraced. Like it's a different way of doing things. And up north, we still keep it. We gotta go. They're like, we gotta keep going. I got this at 1 o'clock. We got this at 2 o'clock. But then now that you take that away, and now we have just, so much time, and what you gonna do with it is like, man, okay, after I slept as much as I can sleep, what can I do now to keep going? So it's very important to be able to do that, and it's something that we don't think about until now. And now look at you. You got so many things coming up, and time is nothing now. You keep going. You keep going, moving on. Just what's next? What's the next thing we're gonna do? Where did that sound? So I need to know. Geek Squire. No, I'm saying Geek Squire. Like we up north, we move so much at a fast pace about things. We don't take a time to sit back and enjoy what we have. Like enjoy the time with family and friends, and get to see how each other are doing because we're so much into working and stuff. Like I hit up everybody, everybody. I hit up everybody every now and then, like just do a wellness check to see how everyone's doing, how's everybody handling things. Because when you're working so much or whatever, you're missing text messages, you're missing a phone call. Right now, you can't really miss too much. Everything's been slowed down to like, oh yeah, I can take this phone call. I can reply to the text message. I have time for this. Like Snoop Dogg say, I didn't have time the other day, but today I got time.
Yep.
So and I just want to take the time and share this time with my boy, Honjaphotography over here, Mr. Daniel Warren, and I say thank you again for hopping on the show. Everybody's coming in right at the end, right? Okay.
You know why they're coming in, right? You know why they're coming in?
What? Oh God.
Let me.
Oh God. No. See, here we
No.
we
I'm
go.
about to give you an exclusive rant with the champ. I don't really do this on other people's channels.
We doing a rant with the champ?
We're gonna do a rant with the champ.
We're doing a rant with the champ on our chat? Are we doing that right now?
We're doing that.
Okay. Let's get ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan Warren, aka Richard Fitzgerald, aka Honjaphotography for Rant with the Champ, and we are here with Jurassic Parker. And I know what you're thinking. It's the quarantine. You ain't got nothing to do, right? You are running out of stuff to keep you busy. You need something to occupy your time. You need something that's going to stimulate the beam, right? I got something for you. I want you to grab your tablets, grab your phones, your desktops, your laptops. Clean off that keyboard. Use the fingers. Get the jazz fingers going. Get the jazz fingers going. All right. Now I want you to type in HTTP // www. Put that dot in there. Get that O, that N, that L, that Y, that F, that A, that M, that S, that dot, that com. Then add that slash to that. You know what you do? You get your sweet tooth ready. You get that chocolate in there. You know what you do after you get that chocolate in there? You go grab that reptile. You get that anaconda. You get that www.onlyfans.com. Chocolate anaconda. And I guarantee you, if you are not motivated, if you are not stimulated, then baby, you are missing out on the best. And here at River the Champ, we only give you the best. If you smell what the chocolate anaconda is cooking. Now, with that being said, as we always do with Rant with the Champ, we're going to end the segment off by saying, I will see you later, Space Cowboy. There you go. Exclusive. Rant with the Champ.
On that note, I'm just going to add, on that note, what up, B. Elliott? What's going on? Half blood. What's going on, girl? On that note, thank you guys so much for watching this video, bearing with us through all the shenanigans. I really appreciate you guys watching, even if you're watching now or watch it later on IG Live or or um or on YouTube later. Thank you guys for watching it, and make sure you go follow this guy right here. This guy right here, this young man right here. You go follow him, and I tell you, if you want some really good pictures, if you want some magic to be happening when you get in that studio and you work with this man, if you really want a good photo, if you want to get that artistic flow going, if you really want a family photo, if you want your kids, if you want to share a memory with your kids, because Sears is out, we can't do Sears pictures anymore. Those family photos. This is a great guy to go to. If you want those family fun day pictures, if you want to take a nice couples picture with you and the sun by next to a tree with the leaves are blooming and all that. This is the guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the man right here. This is the guy you go to. Trust in this guy. Trust me, is a Parker approved situation. I know this guy personally. He's a good guy. He's a good photographer. He will meet all your photography needs. Trust me. And I would just like to say thank you so much. I'd like to say thank you so much, sir, for hopping on here and sharing this time with me. And yeah, man, this is fun. This is fun. Find out some new things today. I should say. This is what happens with us anytime we talk. This is true stuff.
Crazy.
But thank you once again, sir, Mr. Daniel Warren, Honjaphotography.
Yes.
Thank you. And this is another episode of Power Chat. This is a two-parter, by the way. Now, this is
now it's long enough to be.
This is a special two-part episode of Power Chat, and I thank you once again, sir. I thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for hopping on to this and checking this out. This is Power Chat. I'm Awkward Parker. I'm Jurassic Parker. Somehow, I guess Chocolate Anaconda now. This is Power Chat. This is Daniel Warren. Mr. Daniel Warren in the house, people.
I see you.